Well, individuals who are successful in their professional lives but always take the time to mentor others and to be there for the next generation are people that are always very inspiring. Hi again, I am Bert Baron, and welcome to another edition of Be Inspired.
And I'm Lisa Anderson. So glad you could join us.
Great to have you with us here this time around again, and Be Inspired is recognizing Photo Center in Brick, and we'd also like to thank our sponsor, Mike Obertlich from Keller Williams in Shrewsbury. Our guest who is with us here today is involved in the real estate industry, CRE technology investor, and he's combined his passion for real estate and technology as the co-founder of a company called Onyx Equities, but he's a great blogger and spends some time mentoring young people as well. It is great to have Jonathan Schultz with us here this time around. Jonathan, welcome to Be Inspired.
I'm very inspired to be here. It's exciting. I appreciate it.
Talk about your history in the real estate business. How many years?
So, oh my God, I'm aging myself. 30 years. It's hard to believe, and it goes fast, but I've enjoyed it. And I think, when you talk about inspiration and what that means, the ability to change through the 30 years with an industry that has sort of stood still, and with all the technology that's entered our world today, it's very exciting times. It's reinvigorated me, and I'm very excited to be a part of this new change that our industry is going through.
And we mentioned young people right at the intro of the program here. A good time to be a first-time buyer in New Jersey for someone that you wanted them to take that step and be a homeowner for the first time.
Well, rates are low, and they're going to continue to hopefully stay low. So yeah, I think what happened was with the millennial and Gen Z catching up to the X and the boomers, and they really got married later, we're seeing more of an influx of people wanting to now have their first starter home. They're having kids a little later, but I still think the evolution will be that we'll have a lot of great families coming to the suburbs and enjoying what suburban life is.
I think when we mention real estate with you,
Right.
It's like real estate on steroids, because what you do is unlike,
Yeah, we're more
what it was.
focused on the commercial industry.
Yeah.
So we do shopping center development, redevelopment, and retail has a whole story of what's going on with it on its face. Industrial development and office development. And every single one of those categories today are just changing like you can't believe.
They are.
It's how do you work differently in office buildings? It's almost like office buildings are becoming hotels with the amenities. You just can't sleep there yet. Industrial with second and first day delivery, hourly delivery. It's been such a gigantic momentum for that business as well. And retail's figuring itself out. With online and bricks and mortar, we're seeing all the online stores now do bricks and mortar stores. Now, do they need as large a space? Probably not, but we're seeing a whole regentrification of what the retail business is going to be like as well. So it's exciting because everything is changing, and that's where the opportunity usually lies.
Such a fascinating line of work. I would ask you what a typical day is like, but we don't have 4 hours to hear what a typical day is like. No 2 days are the same, right?
The one thing that I'm most proud of is having, first of all, the best partner you could possibly have, which I'm very fortunate, but having amazing people that actually make my life easier. And, I love that they feel it's as much their company as it is ours. So that's very important to me.
And that says a lot about you, too, because you attract great people, and that goes a long way into making everything
it's necessary
work.
to have a sustainable anything.
Yeah,
so we're
is.
excited that we can achieve that.
John, you brought up online retail, and that seems to be everywhere. Maybe it's me, but I notice when I go to the malls, I feel like it's not really busy, like it used to be. What is that doing to, industrial real estate and beyond? What do you think?
So retail is definitely trying to figure out how to cater to the next generation of shopping, right?
Yeah.
Millennials and Gen Z, through online and bricks and mortar. So I'm involved in a store called The Gathering Shops, and we opened up our first store up in the Garden State Plaza Mall. And what we did is the new brands that are emerging, which if you look at Instagram and all the brands that are advertising their wares on those platforms, they're creating these new amazing things that everybody wants to buy and try on and be part of. But they don't have physical spaces. And if you really just look at retail, people still want to go and have some type of physical experience, as well as, especially for apparel and certain retail goods. So we opened this store up. We have 23 different emerging brands, apparel and accessories that we switch out every 4 months.
Wow.
We have events influencers that come, the brands that actually created the brands come and they'll do openings for different products that they have. So we feel we're creating the experience that now the malls and the other shopping centers will have more vibrancy to bring new customers and bring people back to the malls as much as possible. So
I would love to see the mall survive. I grew up in New Jersey, the mall capital of America. I think that malls sometimes will go through a shift and maybe kind of be reinvented every so many years. There will always be a home for the mall.
It's just different
right?
uses, right?
Sure.
Like, look at the malls today. Like, you never really saw movie theaters, or you didn't want them to take up all your parking. Now it's the biggest draw that you have. So it's really just a change of thinking and mindset on what entertainment can you bring to attract people to come to your shopping center. And that's a much more focused thought today than ever before. It was just like, okay, if you had the stores, people will come because it was the only way you can actually buy goods and services. So it's changed.
Why didn't we think of that?
We should have.
I know we should have. The Gathering Place. That is
the Gathering Shops.
The Gathering Shops. Okay,
great.
In Garden State Plaza up in Paramus.
Yes. So it's going to be interesting, and hopefully we can expand the concept to other areas.
I'm old school in the fact that I want to try on something before I buy it. I want to see it. I don't know how anybody buys bathing suits online, but that's just me.
Listen, there's things that obviously is easier to buy online, but we're still human. We were born to be around people and have a human experience. I mean, technology to me, which I am a freak about it. I'm the earliest adopter of anything. I think when that first phone came out with the thing you had to carry on your shoulder, I was one of them. But as we're integrating technology into everything we do, and it's not going to stop, we have to realize it's a tool. And that's all it is. It's a tool to make things better, not to fix things. And the human experience to me is something that I think is not going to go away, and I wouldn't want it to go away. So, I think everybody out there feels the same way, and that's why I think the combination of bricks and mortar and online is going to work. And they're all working hard to make that happen.
We'll speak more with Jonathan Schultz coming up. I want to talk more about your mentorship work and your blogging work too. We want to make sure we cover that.
It's a Sunday sun, the sunbeam must shine. Ain't no need to be in a cry. Keep on moving.
Be inspired. First, we want to recognize Photo Center in Brick, family owned and operated since 1977. Photo Center carries a full line of digital cameras, camera accessories, and hosts photo classes and workshops. For more info on Photo Center in Brick, that's available by going to photocenter.com. Also, thanks to Chain Gang Pro Performance Clothing, a new local company focused on providing activewear for your active moments. Check out their story and line of products at chaingangpro.com or follow their journey on Instagram or Facebook by searching Chain Gang Pro. Be Inspired would also like to thank our sponsor, Mike Obertlich from Keller Williams in Shrewsbury. Mike Obertlich services Monmouth and Ocean County, so if you plan on moving to Monmouth County, you've got to go to Mo. You can list or sell your home by calling Mike Obertlich at 908-216-0551. Hashtag gotta go to Mo, a realtor you grow to love. We love having John Schultz with us this time around on Be Inspired, real estate investor. He's also combined his passion for real estate and technology. Onyx Equities, that is a company that you have to find out more about. Mentorship, and it seems like you're blogging and you're interactive in your online work, John. That is a great sort of platform or an avenue to you to connect with that millennial, that next generation of buyer and shopper. Talk about what got you involved in that.
Well, first of all, I never will forget the people that did that for me. And as you get older in business and the years go by, to me, I've never forgotten who has helped me. And I was always the one that wanted to have smarter people around me and leverage what I did best with the people that were around me. And I always had multiple mentors for all different things that I was working on. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I've tried lots of things. I've failed in lots of things, but I also look at failure as something more of a learning lesson than actually failure. Yeah. It's helped me and pushed me always in the right direction, even though it didn't really feel good at the time. But for me, mentoring and now giving back in that way, first of all, it's rejuvenating me. We all do things that we feel are for other people, and giving to me is everything, but you're also giving to yourself. Yeah. Because I feel really good when I can have an impact on someone that maybe didn't think it in a way that they could have, just because, they're stuck in their brains, and we all do that. We get stuck in our brains all day long. So to me, that's just exciting. I love being around the energy. It makes me more energetic. So as much as I'm giving, selfishly, I'm getting a lot out of it too. And I really do believe today reverse mentoring is even important because we're in this shift that is going to change faster over the next 10 years than we've seen in generations. So you want to learn from what the next generations are thinking and feeling. And that's really how you sell any of your goods, services, and products, right?
Yeah.
You don't know your customer. It's the only thing that matters. So I think that, sharing, helping, connecting, and being a part of mentorship is just very rewarding.
And you know what? A lot of times when you hear of a blog or a blogger, it's a female. So you're a serial blogger.
I'm trying to be.
How did that happen?
I wanted to have a bigger impact than just a one-on-one mentoring session that I do all the time.
Right.
And because I was doing it and I felt really good about the helpfulness I was able to achieve and give, I wanted to see if I could scale that. Now, being in technology and being in business, everything's about how do you scale? How do you scale to the market? How do you scale to your customers?
Right.
So I wanted to see if I could actually scale myself a little bit more and see what happened. And I'm enjoying it. I feel that every week I put that out. I don't care if one person reads it and has one impact on one person. That's all I care about. And I do it because it also, again, it makes me feel happy to do it. So I enjoy it.
John, some inspiring words from you, if we could. It's about leaving this planet, your industry, for the next generation. Share some words of inspiration, if you will, as we come to a close on this episode.
So I think that the biggest thing we're going to have to all feel to stay inspired, how's that, is to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, as an entrepreneur, I've had to live in that uncomfortable zone most of my life. But not everybody is an entrepreneur. And, with all this change, I think knowing that it's okay, you do it on your own pace, not being afraid to try things, because most people are afraid of change, including, yours truly when new things come my way. But the more I learn how to just take a step back, breathe, and see how it maybe can help me, and know that even if it doesn't work, that's not the worst or the end of the day. I find that it allows me to try more things, be more open, because when you're in survival mode, fight or flight, right? Yeah. You can't dream and you can't be open to new suggestive thoughts or experiences. True. So that's my biggest thing, I think, for especially with what we're going to go through over the next 10 years.
Excellent.
And I'm excited to be a part of it. And however I can help whoever, it's my pleasure to do so.
Well, John Schultz, great having you join us on this episode of Be Inspired, and thank you again, and really greatly appreciated the work you're doing with this generation and for generations to come. So thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I'm Bert Baron.
And I'm Lisa Anderson.
And thank you for joining us on Be Inspired, your place for hope and inspiration. We'll see you next time.
Hosted by Lisa Anderson and Bert Baron. Director of Production, Rod Weber. Executive Producers, Rod Weber and Sean M. Sternberg. Creator and Executive Producer, Michael R. Doyle. Also thanks to Chain Gang Pro Performance Clothing, Michael O'Bertlick from Keller Williams, and the Photo Center in Brick.